So I'm going to create a drawing using OnShape. These techniques can also be used within SolidWorks when you are drawing. So to start, once you're in OnShape and you are logged on to create, you're going to choose create and then a new document. You're going to want to give it a name from the beginning. I'm designing figure 13.31 on page 676. It is the transition pipe file. The techniques again used here can also be used within SolidWorks. As many of you guys are new to OnShape, it is very similar to SolidWorks. So I'm going to first start by creating a sketch on most likely the top plane. So I'm going to select sketch and choose the plane that I want to work on. Unfortunately, you can't press Control 8 like on SolidWorks. I'm just going to choose top to get this. Right here just lets me know that I'm in a sketch on the top plane. And I'm going to start by drawing two circles. My first one and my second one. Neither of these are defined, but I can do that by adding a dimension or typing D and clicking on the circle, dropping the dimension in place. The first one is going to be 1.5. And then the second circle is a diameter of 1. I'm still within the dimension tool. Now I need a dimension of 5, and that's going to be from my origin. So all I did was left click in both places, hitting 5. Now what I'm going to do is end up revolving this. My sketch is fully defined. I see that as everything went black. What I'm next going to do is select a vertical line or draw a vertical line. I'm looking for my relations to form. You'll see the vertical directly to the side. The size of this line does not matter. Turn something for construction. The way that I know is to right click in construction. I'm sure there's many other ways, but I'm newer to this program, as probably you guys are as well. Now along the top of the screen, I'm going to find Revolve. When you select what you are going to choose, I'm going to select a solid, my Revolve axis. I don't want a full, so I'm going to do one direction and type in 45 degrees. The face that I want to revolve is right here. Now I'm unsure of my orientation, so I'm switching back to my isometric view, and I'm not a fan of the direction. So I should be able to switch this orientation right here. All right, so now I have my part revolved. I can accept this. When you right click within OnShape, that brings you into your orbit, and the heads up orientation cube is on the right hand side. Press isometric, it'll bring you right back to isometric. I am going to right click and orbit just a little bit and start my next sketch on this top surface. Select sketch. This is asking me to select the sketch plane. I am going to turn on to show my constraints. And I select the surface. On SolidWorks, we press Control 8 to go normal to. Within OnShape, I need to right click and choose View Normal to. And I'll make that surface normal to my screen. I'm going to draw two circles and then convert one. Right here is use project curve. This is very similar within SolidWorks. They convert entities. With this now, I can select the circle I want converted, and now that is linked back to the original sketch. And now I'm going to draw two more circles. I want to make sure that I see my relations appear. And I draw my two circles. By my dimensions, I'm looking at 3.5 and 2.5. My sketch is fully defined, so now I can choose extrude. I'm going to rotate. Select everything that I want extruded. This circle here in the center, I will actually use later for construction. And I want to type in the depth. And I'm looking at a depth of 1/4 inch. Next sketch is going to be 4 holes that are cut through. They are all at 1/4 inch on a circle that is 2.5 inch diameter. So I'm going to start my sketch on this surface. Remember to right click, brings you your orbit. If you right click on the surface, view normal too. So on this one, I'm going to make sure I show my constraints in the beginning, and I will start with the circle. If I hover over, I can get the concentric relation or constraint to appear, drop the circle. Now, you don't have to add your dimension. You could type it in right after you draw it. Now that circle is 2.5. I didn't do anything. You can escape to end the circle tool and right click and add this for construction. So now I'm going to draw one of the circles on one of the quadrants. It doesn't make a difference which one. And it's 1/4 inch. So again, I'm not adding my smart dimension, just typing 0.25 and it drops it in. On AutoCAD, you would use the circular pattern tool. Going to do the same exact thing here on OnShape. It's a little bit different than on SolidWorks though. So I choose the tool, I select the circle. This is assuming that I want this to be at the origin, which I don't. And it assumes I want 3. All I have to do is left click and drag my center, creating a coincident relation, changing the number to 4 just by double clicking on it, and my sketch is complete. Now I choose extrude. There is only one extrude. There's no extrude cut. Choose extrude, and within extrude, you could then select to cut through. Unfortunately, my circles are for construction at the moment, so I do have to step backwards and edit my sketch. I'm going to right click and deselect construction on each one of these. Extrude. One solid. Want to remove. Clear this out. Make sure that I select my 4 holes. This is at a blind of 1. You choose up to next, and we'll cut them through up to the next surface. Then I would complete the same exact sketch on the opposite side, and my drawing will be complete. Just like on SolidWorks, it is possible to copy sketches as well. So what I'm going to do is just select Sketch 2, choose Copy Sketch. Now I could start my new sketch, showing my constraints on Sketch 4, or Sketch 4 on the surface, and then paste sketch entities. It's just going to paste it pretty much wherever I drop this. And now I could move these into place, or I could apply relations to move everything into place. Now I'm going back to choose extrude. And I want to make sure to select all of my surfaces and type in my depth. Do the same thing with the extrude cut. So this time I'm going to right click on sketch 3, copy sketch, choose the sketch tool, choose my surface, right click, I'm going to right click and paste over here, paste sketch entities, and I'll move them onto the surface. And now I'm going to apply concentric relation. That did not fully define everything. So I'm just going to go view normal too. I could add a couple of relations here. I can press V for vertical, or I could select 1, 2, 3 points, and that will fully define my entire sketch. This is done. I'm just going to choose my extrude, choose an extrude 4. I want a solid, I want to remove, and then just select materials that I want to remove. Accept, and there is 1331 completed.